Previously on Expedition Jack. I hung out with Mike and Meg, made it to the top of a rock, went for a walk while sleeping rough, got wet, looked at some rocks and met some fairly decent people along the way. But that's not all! Welcome back to Expedition Jack. It was already late when I left Namforsen. Heading back, I managed to grab a bite to eat at Sollefteå before arriving at my B&B. So good morning and welcome back to the Höga Kusten region. That's the Höga Kusten bridge. Actually, it was only yesterday Maika was telling me the importance of these bridges and how they either make or break a community. So many Swedish communities rely on bridges because there's so much water and villages straddling both sides of rivers. In particular, Maika told me about the old wooden bridge in her village, Rässele, not meeting government standards, being too much of an expense to repair. This led to... The village actually got together and campaigned to get the bridge done, and they got their own engineer and did his own calculations and proved that it could be done for half the specifications what they said it was. And they actually won and got the bridge reopened, which was amazing for them because it just saves them so much time to go all the way round to the next bridge, because the next bridge was well far. Just to have that connection that you can just nip over to the other side, it's very important to these communities. And as you can see, this is one of the biggest fantastic bridge in the Höga Kusten region. So today it's a bit breezy, it's not as warm as it's been, so it might be quite nice for hiking actually, not working up a sweat. And I'm actually going to go hiking around the World Heritage the World Heritage Trail, should I say. And that's in Nordingrå, I think. Let me just check. I start off at Bönhamn and do a hike all the way to Barsta, where I pick up a ferry, go across and then sleep on an island for a night. Very special lighthouse which they've converted into a hostel. And everyone I speak to that I ask information about this place, all the locals go, oh yes, that's a really pretty location. So we're going to have a look today. This is Bönhamn, a place where it seems that everyone is required to live in a boathouse, even if you don't own a boat. But it's definitely worth a look. I took advantage of one of the many free car parks and then hit the road to Barsta. So I've just left Bönhamn, which is a lovely little fishing village, and that's where I parked my car. And now I'm on my hike. But I've been filming too much in that little fishing village because it looks so pretty that I've got to try and catch my ferry at 5 o'clock. So I've got to make a pace on. The first section of this hike, this is the World Heritage hike, is 20 minutes along this road, and then you'll dip in onto the trail and then up and over. It's quite pretty. Really pretty area, even if just come for a drive. And that's what a lot of people have done. They've just come for a drive and then to that fishing village. They've marked a lot of the roads with like a flower symbol on brown signs, and that marks the tourist scenic route, and they are very pretty. Look at that for an old barn. By the way, Mike was telling me about why everyone has wooden houses here in this part. They believe that the wood is cheaper, it's easy accessible because they're surrounded by forest, so it's all local wood, and they all paint it and maintain it. Maintenance is about 10 to 15 years. Every 10 to 15 years they have to repaint it, so it's a lot of maintenance, which as Brits aren't used to. But they say that the wood actually retains a lot of heat in the winter, but obviously in the summer it's quite warm really. And I found a lot of places had two sets of doors, so you're going through the front door and then they had another wooden door, and I reckon that's something to do with keeping the heat in or trapping the heat. But yeah. on section 8 of the World Heritage Trail, and I've just completed the road part. I have overdone it a little bit, so I've got to go down this farm track and then just scoot back onto it. I didn't see the little path off the road, but no worries, you can just get around it this way. But it's absolutely stunning. It's a bit cooler today, and that's why I have to put my thermal layer on the inside. But yeah, it's good. It's really good. Let's go wild.
I got a feeling that this could be a little more than feelings. If I'm being honest.
Here we go. I've just linked up back with it. Just met some really friendly people, like a farm people there. And yeah, I was meant to come that way and go around this mound, but I went a bit wrong. I went too far down the road. Here we go. Barsta, that's where I'm heading to. So at least I'm back on it. I'm going for the woods. Hopefully there's no wolves to get me. There's no wolves, by the way, around here. You've got to make sure you keep your shoelaces tied. Or tied tight, should I say. Because they've just worked themselves loose, and then that's where you can skid and slip. Whoa, it's like a cabin in the woods. Very derelict farmhouse. Oh yeah, that's something to mention. They're always really well signposted in Sweden. Not like the UK. The UK is a bit few and far between, but I've only gone, say, I don't know, 50 metre over this farm field. There's another sign to say this way, which in the UK that's a bit rare. Normally it's like another mile and then there's a sign. And then you have to rely on your ordnance surveys, your map reading skills, orienteering skills, that's what I was on about. Yeah, but here it seems so easy, but like I said before, never leave without a map. Always have a map on you and a compass, dependent on where you go. It'll come more in handy in other places than most. Like for example, Ursula, that was crazy wilderness, very remote, and it looked very samey. Mike was telling me that he uses the landscape, or he just keeps looking at one hill and just heads to that hill, and then he knows where he's going. But yeah, look at that. I wonder if anyone lives there anymore. Looks a bit dilapidated. It's so cool, these little finds. Hansel and Gretel's farmhouse. This is more like what I'm used to, like English hikes through the woods, and the air smells like it as well. Here we go, back onto the dot system, and a well-used trail. Notice a lot of life here with bugs. Yeah, this shares very similarities to the UK. However, there's absolutely tons of birch, and you're never going to go far without like tinder material for a fire. So I've just made it to the top and come over here. Quite rapid, going quite quick today because I've left it quite late in the day. My ferry is at 5, it's now 10 to 4, and I've still got to get down to Barsta and find it. Yeah, but this hike, this section 8, should take a maximum of 2 hours, and I checked that, and I left with 1 hour and 20 minutes. So I did a really rapid run down the road and up here. But obviously, filming for you guys takes a lot of time, gaining film time from my quick hiking. But yeah, you just gotta stop sometimes and admire the view. This hike is a much different flavour from the last hike. The National Park School Garden Darben, that one. Yeah, much different flavour. And This reminds me more of home, but it's still not home. It's nice that in just such a regional small area, there's such a vast difference of hikes and different locations. Yeah, it's very, very good if you're into hiking in the outdoors. There's plenty to do around here, plenty. Guys, check that. That is moose poo, moose droppings. So there's definitely moose in the area. So I am just getting the ferry over there. It seems to be located just on the back end of a campsite. So, I've just been landed on this island. Seems like you just get dropped off there and then I'm just instantly in this national park and I can't see anything. I've got no maps for this place. I should have probably picked up a map for this place, but it's only an island. It shouldn't be too big, I don't think. But I'm guessing all the families and everything just darted off there, so I bet they're hiking to the lighthouse. So I am now in search of a lighthouse. So I'm going on an expedition through the forest and the woodland to find that, because I have no clue where it is on the island. So I've just remembered that the map I have has Hogbonden on it, and that's where we get dropped off, and then there's only one trail up and one trail out, and then one going down to this beachy bit here. So of course, if you put a lighthouse on an island, where are you going to put it? The most tallest bit, which I think is actually that way and then up. So let's go with that. So I've made it to the island. I'm trying to track down this dangerous dinosaur. Oh, here's the sign. That looks promising. Patsu. Suppose I'm going that way. Oh, more signs. Well, that wasn't the one for the bloody lighthouse, was it? Huh, which one says lighthouse? Well, it is quite a stretched out island. Oh, there we go, there's a lighthouse. Right up there. So, what is a lighthouse? It's either Bönhamn or ferry. My Swedish is terrible. But yeah, let's go and check it out, check in, and can explore the island or relax, explore the island at sunset. Wow, this is an incredible island. Amazing to explore with the family. This reminds me of the runaway train at Disneyland, the rides at Disneyland, but this is actually real. There's the little beach outlook thing. Check this out, this is what's on that cable car. Must be like old mine or something, or just to ferry up supplies, I guess. Like wood and lumber supplies or whatever the lighthouse needed. So hey guys, I've made it to the lighthouse. I found it. Welcome to the lighthouse of the island. And I've checked in, and I was literally 5 minutes before dinner at 6 o'clock because I don't think I took the direct route up to the lighthouse. I was too busy pissing about filming again. But it's so cool, this island, and the family here, that they must own it. They run the lighthouse as a B&B, very luxury B&B, and they have a restaurant and everything, and it was such a lovely surprise to turn up and say that, oh yeah, you've got dinner in 5 minutes. I was like, oh, thanks, I bought my camp meals and an apple. It's not quite as nice as what I've got in front of me though. Got some potatoes and some salmon. I think they call that sack, no, lax. They call that lax, which is salmon. And oh yeah, looks gorgeous. And then this is their own beer. I thought I'll give it a try. Hogbonden. Their own beer, you can never have it anywhere else. So that would be really cool to try. Yes, I'm very highly delighted about this. And also got breakfast included. And later I'll show you my room, because it's called the captain's quarters of the lighthouse. And yeah, it's a really nice room, really nice, really chill place to come and explore the island, and you're away from everything. No sort of, well, there's electric, but there's no TV, no distraction sort of thing. Yeah. But funnily enough, I've got phone signal here, and I didn't have phone signal earlier today in the town. So I'll be calling my family. Yeah, but it's absolutely stunning. Stunning. Have to explore the island later, and yeah, we'll do that after dinner. Wow, that was a gorgeous meal. The hot potatoes went really well with the cold salmon. The salmon was actually served cold, and when you put it all together with the sauce and everything, really nice. And this is really nice tasting. Sweet, light tasted. Oh, this is my kind of lager. I think it's lager. I would have thought so because it tastes like lager. But yeah, much nicer. Much nicer than what I bought off the shelf. I think I tried the Nord Gold one off the shelf in the supermarket, but no. I wish I could buy that from the supermarket. Very nice. That was a really nice surprise because I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to get that at all. So yeah, no, thank you. It was a very nice meal. Everyone I've spoke to so far has been like really easygoing and really easy to talk to. Very welcoming, even like the places I turn up to. Very, very welcoming. Like even today I had to ask a guy, it's the first time I had to fill up the car with petrol or diesel. It just dawned on me that I never asked what it takes if it's petrol or diesel, and I didn't want to do the wrong thing, because then I'll be in a lot of trouble. So what I did was I opened up the cap, and normally it says in hire cars in the cap of the petrol cap, but mine just gave a load of instructions in Swedish. So what I did was I took a picture of it and found a nice random guy and asked if he spoke English, and said, oh, can you tell me if my car is petrol or diesel? But like Mike said, they don't use the word petrol, they use benzene, I think it is. Benzene as petrol. So yeah, it worked out, my car has benzene, which is petrol. But yeah, the generosity and the nice helpfulness of people is very, very nice. And they don't think you're coming up to sort of extort them in any way. They're just really helpful. A bit like villages in England, the rural places, for sure. But I found this all around the world when I've been travelling. But you do need a car. You do need a car to do Sweden, especially in the north, because everything's few and far between. Well, not really few, but you got to travel a lot for these places. Very manageable driving. I like road trips anyway. I love that style of travel, so this suits me a lot. And then going like hiking, that's a bonus. This is the first time I've done sort of long distance hiking, and now I've just done like my second one, like a 3-day one, and then now a one, and then tomorrow I'm going to do more hiking just in the nature reserve just from Barsta, where I get dropped off by the ferry again, and then I'll hike through the nature reserve. The thought of hiking doesn't appeal to me at all, but actually what you get out of hiking is what I do it for. So the views, the accomplishment of it, and being outdoors in general really, and just surviving outdoors, because it sort of ties in very well with camping, what I'm really into, and being outdoors. So yeah. And then in a couple of days I think there's a big Höga Kusten trail, a big massive festival event that loads of people are getting involved in, and I might go and check that out. The masses of people that go and do it and why they do it, and yeah, I'm intrigued, because I wonder if some people take it seriously like a race, like for time, or they actually just get enjoyment out of it. And I've heard that people travel for this as well, because it's the second largest hiking festival event in the world. So yeah, it's something to see, definitely. Something really nice has happened. The guy that lives on the island, Uli, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, I'll find it out tomorrow morning though, because I'll see you again. He's just invited me on a personal guided tour around the island, because he knows all the best locations, the best spots, and he just took me around the other side. Absolutely fantastic views that no one normal would know that were there. And then he took me down this gorge, this little crack. The island's like cracked halfway in the middle, and he was taking me down that, and I was like, wow, no one knows this is here. Thank you, Uli. It was a very good experience. And then he's just left me halfway down from the lighthouse, and he says, go and check out down the bottom of the island where the port used to be. That's what all this pulley system is for. It was when there was a port down there, and they brought up all the goods and the resources from there. There's no other life than bird life on this island, and all the birds live on this rocky bit down here. So yeah, let's go and check that out. So I've had a fantastic day here at the lighthouse, but it's absolutely stunning locations, and even the local Swedish people that I've been talking to, they really hold this island and this lighthouse as something special. It is magical and a very special place to stay. So if you are in the area, this is something to definitely check out. You can even come here just for a day trip as well. And I think it was only 20 krona for the ferry, and it either goes from Barsta or Bönhamn, which is the fishing village to look at as well. So you can spend a good day around this area in Nordingrå. I think all the birds are getting a bit protective because I'm here, so I'll leave them alone in a minute. I'll see you in the morning.